Hey everybody, we were having some major technical difficulties, so I had to come over and do it a different way. Okay, now it looks like I am live, so sorry I'm late. I've been trying to get on get on here for the last 10 minutes. So, and it just kept timing out every time I pressed the live, go live, it just kept timing out. So, now it says my live stream is experiencing performance issues, so try closing applications. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if you guys, if anybody's still stuck around here, because I was supposed to start at 3, but I can see your comments if you're here. And today we are going to be talking about how following up with potential clients could be a waste of time. Okay, I know that sounds counterintuitive. But I know a lot of you out there are kind of like going, following up. You're spending all this time and kind of, wasting time following up. And we're going to go into detail about why that could be a waste of your time. But if you are here with me, it would be awesome if you can say hello and put hashtag live. Feel free to type in the comments here if you have any questions or anything. And if you're here watching the replay, you can do hashtag replay. We're going to do our best to put the title on here so you know what this is about and all that, because that event didn't work for whatever reason. So hopefully you're here. If not, that's okay. It's going to be good information to watch later too. So let's dive in. I'm Heather, by the way. If you don't know who I am, I help women entrepreneurs set up their business systems so that they can have time and money freedom to do what they love to do. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. The huge. So let's dive in. Let's talk about how my clients consistently make anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 with just one phone call. Okay, one phone call equals one sale. Okay, there's not a ton of follow up, maybe two at the most, but typically one call close we call it, not, or maybe two call close, but can typically make a sale, going from somebody not knowing anything about you, not knowing you exist on this planet, to liking you, trusting you, and finding you, calling you, and paying you all within 48 hours. It can happen like really quick. It doesn't have to take months or years to get that, like, what do you call it? No, like, and trust going. A lot of people think that's happening too. That's a total myth. There's a way to position yourself as the go-to against all the competition, really resonate with your ideal clients, and then have them take a few steps to find you, call you, and pay you, all on automation, so it doesn't take a lot of your time. And then being able to enroll them into a $3,000 to $10,000 sale in one call, which is really cool. Very efficient, very effective. So if you set up your marketing correctly, then it is highly possible to make high ticket sales on the first conversation. No hounding people, no calling them again and again. And if you learn like how to enroll people properly on the phone and how to pre-frame that conversation, you'll be doing business more efficiently. How good would that sound? Because right now, how many of you feel like you're out there throwing stuff up on the wall to see what sticks, maybe spinning your wheels, feeling like a hamster on a wheel, hoping, praying, guessing that maybe someone will find you? But when you know how to do your marketing effectively, if you've got the right strategy, the right systems in place, it doesn't have to be that hard. So do not show up with an outdated model, okay? Which means that feature to benefit model, okay? This is what we're talking about and why you have to follow up. That's an outdated model. So if you're running your business like that, the feature to benefit way, expecting to have to do follow up because no decision is made at that point, then pay close attention to what I have to say. So think about this, right? Like, what conversations are you having? Are you talking about how long you've been in business, how many certifications you have, or just how qualified you are? Your potential clients are coming to you because they have a problem. They don't really care too much about you, okay? No offense, but it's not really about you, right? Your potential clients are coming to you because they have a problem that they want to solve, right? Maybe it's a broken marriage. Maybe it's no confidence. Maybe, maybe they're having a hard time dating, finding the love of their life. Maybe it's health issues. There's all kinds of reasons why people look for help, right? And the one thing they really want to talk to us about is solutions. So, have a real conversation, right? Instead of talking about like what you do and all this stuff, what people really want to talk about is the solutions. They want to have a real conversation about what the problem is. And a lot of people come to me. I get calls every day with people thinking they know what the problem is. And then it turns out that those are just the symptoms to the real problem, right? But we talk about like the problems. We talk about how it's affecting their life and what's going to happen if they don't do anything about it now, right? How long has it been going on for too? Like, and how they can move forward from here, right? From that conversation. So if you talk about other irrelevant stuff, then you're just giving people things to talk about or things to think about, and they'll go away and maybe try them or something like that, right? So it's really important to make sure that you're really clear about exactly what to say, like just knowing what to say to easily enroll someone into what you're offering, how to communicate the value around it effectively so that they're just like, I need this now, okay? Most people, when they come face to face with their problems and their consequences of not taking action at once, right? They'll decide to do something about it if they feel like that's the right decision. And so there's a way to communicate on that call in order to get the person to arrive to that conclusion in about 45 minutes to maybe an hour, hour and a half tops, right? Depending on what it is. But there's a syntax that can be used that just is very clearly, it's not like a script where you're like coming across as sleazy and cheesy or anything like that. It's a very authentic, very flowing conversation that just helps them to make it an easy decision. All right, for them to take action right then and there instead of having to go think about it. Oh, let me talk to my spouse. Oh, I don't know if I have the money. Let me figure out where I'm going to find the money. It's just like, no, like I need, like by the time that phone call or by the time you get to the end of the phone call, it's just like, oh my God, I want this. I need this right now, right? There's a way to do that. So don't give out band-aid solutions because you're not only giving them a sense of a false sense of security when you do that. But most coaches or consultants, they think that they have to like show people how great they are or how knowledgeable they are, right? That clients would eventually sign up to work with them, but it just doesn't work that way. So talking again about the problems, about the solutions, and then like painting that picture for them, that is the real conversation that you need to be having in order to enroll them right then and there to avoid doing that follow up, which wastes a lot of time, a lot of energy, right? Instead of just enrolling them into the sale. So the opposite is true when you're like, having a lot of people think like they have to talk about themselves. They have to talk about how great they are. They have to talk about only like that solution, right? And the opposite's true around that, right? Like people will go away with breadcrumbs. Maybe if you're helping them and like coaching them, they'll go away with like breadcrumbs of information and then try it for themselves without signing up or committing to work with that coach, right? Or to work with you if it's you doing this. So it's really important to be very clear about the whole structure of how the conversation is going to go, the exact words that you need to use in order to enroll them right then and there, right? Don't get into coaching mode, okay, or trying to solve problems during the call because that never works. Again, they're like, oh, okay, thanks, I'll go try that, and then they don't come back, right? Because guess what happens? If you usually get better results with people when you go deep with people, right? So if you're just on a quick call and you're giving them these band-aid solutions, they're just going to be like, okay, cool, thanks, they're going to go. And of course, they're not going to get the results that they're looking for. So then they're going to be like, oh, that person doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm not going to call them back. I don't want to go with them. They don't know, right? So, but if you position it in such a way where they really understand the value of what you're offering, right? You're able to communicate the value around what you have, and you're able to communicate how you can get the solutions to their problems right then and there and make it so irresistible that they're just like, I got to do this now, right? So understand this. Following up again and again does not go well with being an authority in your field as well, right? Like it's kind of like feels like desperation, and that desperation turns people off. So, the need to follow up is usually a consequence of bad marketing and bad like conversation on the phone, right? The enrolling part. It's like you need to be able to connect with them on a certain level, and you need to be able to paint that picture so clear that they know that that they believe that you're the solution to that problem. Because when you depend, for example, on just like referrals and stuff like that, you're not getting that many clients to come in the first place, right? So you only may be able to get maybe one or two a week, right? And so if it's bad marketing, like I said, it's bad marketing and bad enrolling, right? So back to the bad marketing. If it's bad marketing, and you don't have those systems in place to be able to bring people in consistently to find you, call you, right, and pay you consistently, then you're depending on referrals or like all these like slow ways of generating leads. They might be a good fit, they might not. If you've got good marketing in place, if you've got the good systems in place and good strategy in place, the right people will find you and want to take action, and it'll repel the ones that you don't want to work with. So then you're not wasting your time, right? But back to my point, if you've got more people coming in, then you don't have that temptation to have to check back on people because they're all you've got, right? Like if you're relying on referrals and you've got these leads like trickling in, then that's going to tempt you to like call or follow up. And maybe you don't even do that because you're not really sure about how to follow up correctly in order to get them back on the phone. Like there's a lot that goes into that too in itself, right? So you're focusing too much on just enrolling those one or two people, right? If your business is like, if your whole business is built on referrals, let's say, you can't scale nor create that sense of predictability. So you'll just be hoping that, we're good enough for the previous client, and that they would talk about you to other people maybe, and like just hoping, praying, guessing that they're going to refer you, or that people are going to refer you, and it's so they're just kind of trickling in. Does that make sense? So if that's what you're relying on, right, it's not a good system. It's not, you don't have a predictable process in which you can call upon to get clients finding you, right, and calling you and paying you. So then you're just, okay, well, what else do? I have to follow up on this small amount that I've got. But if you've got lots of people coming in month after month, and you've got your good marketing systems in place, good strategies in place, and you've got the right people finding you, calling you and paying you, and calling you like 2 to 4 times a day or whatever it is, right? You've got those many like leads coming in, then that's not the issue, right? You've got the leads coming in, great. They seem to be like a good fit, great, except for they might have a lot of objections, like, I don't have any money, I don't have the time, I don't, I got to talk to my spouse, and then they ghost you. If that's the case, then you've got an enrollment problem, right? So there's two different things. There's the marketing, the systems, the strategy to get them on the phone, right? And then there's the actual enrolling them into working with you. So those are two separate things, if you didn't know that. So anyway, the issue here is like how many leads are coming in regularly, like in a month, okay? So if that number is really small, then you really have to follow up with people. But the thing is, you got to fix that, because if you're constantly following up on people, again, it comes across as needy. It doesn't come across as you're the authority, right? And so it's kind of like a catch-22, right? So if you fix that part, if you fix your lead generation and you've got the right people finding you and calling you, then the next thing is like, how do you have that conversation? So deploy some kind of system that will bring in potential quality clients every day, like a client attraction system that brings the kind of people that you want to work with like clockwork, as well as those who are ready to commit, right? They're ready to commit to do whatever it takes to get the results, for the problem that you solve, basically. So whether you're doing like paid or organic marketing on social media, the point is that you can rely on those systems instead of word of mouth, right? If you've got that dialed in. But if you're just doing the word of mouth, I think I'm being repetitive here now. If you're just doing word of mouth, then it's not gonna work because then it's just too slow. Does that make sense? So in my business, I follow a simple 4-step process. We do social media posts, right? To a valuable free offer that establishes as a go-to expert against all the competition out there, right? It offers amazing value for free, and then it also invites them into a call. So there's those 3 purposes there. And then it resonates, like the message resonates so deeply with the right people, and then kind of repels the people that you don't want to have on a phone call. You don't want to waste your time with these people, right? So it gets the right people finding you. So then it goes, that's step 2, and then goes into a phone call, that's step 3, and then step 4 is enrolling that client, having that compelling conversation to just easily guide them into that sale without being like sleazy or cheesy. Make sense? So this is scalable, right? Like you can predict it and you can control it. So it's a very predictable process in which you can call upon to get the right people finding you, calling you, and paying you, right? That's not the same as a referral-based marketing, right? Or if you're out there like cold calling, or you're out there doing networking events or whatever, right? This is an automated step-by-step thing, so it frees up your time. Make sense? So this is the simplest way to get people to consistently sign up, even if you have never charged a premium price before. Okay, there's a way to do that. There's a way to figure out what price to charge for what you're offering. It's not predicated on how many hours it is. It's not predicated on looking around and seeing what the competition is doing. It's predicated on what your ideal client would be eager to pay. And it's typically between $3,000 and $10,000 once the value has been created for them. Make sense? So, and then also how to communicate that value effectively. Anyway, you don't need to have, a successful high ticket offer already either, right? Most of my clients I work with didn't even have an offer yet, right? I can help you develop that, and then all the marketing systems around it that gets you enrolling clients like clockwork. So if you're interested to know more, just type in the word curious and someone from my team will get back to you. To know, like, how do I bundle, like if you're asking yourself, like, how would I bundle what I offer? How could I use my knowledge and wisdom and expertise and bundle that into something valuable that I could sell between $3,000 and $10,000? Like, that sounds ridiculous. If you're thinking that, then you should definitely write the word curious, because there is a way, most likely, to do that. Not for everything, but you don't know until you have a conversation, right? So, but most likely if you offer a service, if you can get results for somebody, if you're an expert in anything, if you're a therapist, if you're a coach, if you're an intuitive, if you're, any really service-based business, pretty much. Okay. I've had pool cleaners, I've had artists, I've had, lots of wellness, lots of health coaches, marriage counselors, those type of things, therapists, naturopaths, anybody that has any type of service, okay, where you can really help people, that can be bundled into an offer, a premium offer, okay, typically between $3,000 and $10,000, like I said. So if you're wondering, like, how would I even do that, type the word curious in the comments below, and someone from my team will get back to you. And that's the first step, right? And then everything gets, built out around that. Like it's like a blueprint, like building a house, right? You might have all these different pieces, but you might be working without a blueprint, right? And just be kind of throwing stuff up on the wall to see what sticks and feel like you're spinning around in circles. So if that's you too, write the word curious in the comments below, and myself or someone from my team will reach out to you, and we can have a little conversation about it and see how it can work for you. Sound good? So anyway, thanks for coming in today. Sorry I was late. I just, technology sometimes just does not like to cooperate. And yeah, that's okay. It's all good. So anyway, most of you will probably be watching the replay. We'll send out an email to let you know of this and put the title on this, and hopefully it helps you. All right. So again, I'm here most Thursdays at 3 p.m. In the group, in the Business Growth Blueprint. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can come into Facebook and join my group, the Business Growth Blueprint, where I help high ticket services sell. And again, if you have any questions, put them in the comment. We're happy to reach out. And what else? What else? I don't think I'm going to be doing a live next Thursday, and possibly not the next Thursday after that. I'm going up to Canada to a lake house for vacation, so that'll be fun. But I'll just be working a little bit. But I don't know. I might do a live. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll post it if we do. But typically, I'm here every Thursday at 3 p.m. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Hopefully, like if you're doing like lots of follow up and you're relying on all that referral business, like it's a waste of time. Okay, it really is. There's a better way, an easier way, a faster way to start making the money that you need, so that you can have time and money freedom to do what you love, and live your best life. Have that freedom to do what you love, whether that's help more people, whether that's self-care for yourself so you can be your best self to serve others, whether that's spending time with your kids, your family, your friends, traveling, whatever that looks like for you. It's different for everyone. But anyway, I'm here to help. If you have any questions or you need clarity around any of that kind of stuff, write curious below and we'll get to it. So hope that helps. And let's see, how do I end this? This is a different way of me doing it. I see. Okay, cool. So see you next Thursday or one of the Thursdays to come. Take care, guys.